Hey, what's going on people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video we'll be showcasing the most busted action skill in Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 has a lot of really powerful abilities that each Vault Hunter can bring to the battlefield, but there's one that stands above all the rest. Today we'll be showcasing it in all its glory, and do let me know in the comments what other action skills you think can give it a run for its money. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like, feel free to subscribe if you'd like to, or you could even follow me on Twitter, and let's crack into it. In the Borderlands, you can dominate with a number of different action skills, pop bosses like the Bubbles with Amara's Base Flare, supercharge your weapons through Flak's Fadeaway, and summon Zane's Digiclone to take out a hit on your mortal enemy. They're all powerful and unique, but there's one action skill that doesn't mech around, putting an incredible amount of advanced weaponry at your disposal. That is, of course, Iron Bear, the Titanfall-esque mechanized robot that Mose hops into to dish out some damage, and some insane amounts of it at that. There's no secret to it, no special sauce. Just hop in, start shooting, and watch the world crumble. Iron Bear is the proof that robots will eventually rule the world as you use it to blast your way through anything that stands in your way. However, as we've learned with Claptrap, every robot has its weakness.
Stairs? I can't climb stairs!
Focusing your build on the bear will see grisly results and enable you to mount bosses like very little things in the game can. You can even set yourself up to use Mose as simply a transition to Iron Bear and have it active 90% of the time. It's an action skill with enormous depth. There's not just the one option, you have plenty. You can equip a minigun, railgun, rocket pods, a grenade launcher, flamethrower, and even some fists. Each base weapon comes with multiple configurations, and because Iron Bear has a whole 2 arms, you can mix and match as you please, although for maximum damage you can double down by speccing into Specialist Bear to raise the pain by a whole 60%. All of the available attachments provide a different way to tear through your opponents. If you want the most damage per shot, then you want to dual wield the railgun. Although it's slow and steady, it will win the race, capable of one-shotting bosses with ease. The Vanquisher rocket pod with its homing capabilities will forgo your need to aim as you send a flurry of mini rockets into the heart of your enemy, and is one of the most powerful attachments you can equip. If you want a taste of the MW2 Noob Tube with built-in one-man army, then the V35 will warm your soul as you relive the devastation in all its glory. Or you can fill your enemies with lead by dual wielding an explosive minigun, which will have you carrying more firepower than you'll ever need. These are just a few of the combinations of weapons you can attach to Iron Bear, with every one of them capable of comfortably squashing the ants of the mobbing arena. You'd think bosses would be another story, but unless they have raid boss levels of health, you'll struggle to break a sweat, and even then Iron Bear proves to be the biggest raid boss of them all. Power is not the only plus when it comes to Iron Bear, there's also the survivability aspect too. Iron Bear has way more health than Mose ever will, and even if it's destroyed, Mose will appear unscathed. For as big as it is, Iron Bear is surprisingly mobile. With Mose not able to naturally boost her speed, you don't miss out on anything, and for what should feel slow and bulky is actually far from it, and is just another reason to stay in Iron Bear all the time. You can even equip the Daka turret, which will give you a great view of the action as you sip on Margaret's pizza without the fear of getting hurt. There are a few class mods that are key to maximizing the damage or effectiveness of Iron Bear. The first is the Flare, which has an increased chance to drop from Evil Mordecai around here in Castle Crimson as part of the Psycho Krieg DLC. The Flare is a great class mod for increasing all of Iron Bear's damage, particularly while bossing, as it increases its damage by up to 100%. The bonus reduces as you expend fuel, which makes it gradually worse over time, but for bossing that's not a problem. The possible skills it comes with are all great too. For increasing your time in the cold, hard but lovable shell, you can equip something like the Bear Trooper, which you can obtain from Anointed X4 around here in the Anvil as part of the Malevolent Practice quest. It increases its duration by 50% and reduces fuel usage by 50% too. A Raging Bear is also a good option, or you could even just go with Cryo miniguns, which have reduced heat drain built into them. Speaking of miniguns, when you combine them with the Minesweeper, which you can get around here in the Meridian Metroplex after defeating Archer Row from the Dynasty Diner quest, any micro grenades that proc off of your crits get Iron Bear levels of scaling, which results in some crazy damage numbers you will have to see to believe. To increase damage even more, you also have the option to equip anointments, which more than double the damage of your chosen Iron Bear weapon type. Holding that anointed weapon while inside of Iron Bear will jump its damage up another level, either by 1.5 or 2 times, depending on which weapons you have equipped. A good gun to have in Moses' hands and apply those anointments to is the Dark Army, which you can obtain the quickest by hitting up this chest room over in Arms Race. Not only will Iron Bear get the boost from the anointment, but the Dark Army's drones will accompany you into combat, helping to proc skills and deal some extra damage. Other Vault Hunters have similar action skill boosting anointments to pick from, but the range within Iron Bear is the biggest available, and makes an incredibly strong action skill that much more effective. Overall, Iron Bear is incredibly strong, as you'd expect from a war robot made by Vladof. It can comfortably take on everything in the game with barely any effort on your part, which makes it the most busted action skill we have to pick from. And if you're wondering what my skill trees were for this video, then here they are. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, learned about Iron Bear and how strong it really is. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.